Hello, good morning, and welcome to episode 14 of Nebula Quest. I am Noden, your host, as always. That's right, are back on Sunday here, our regular scheduled day for roaming around in the universe. If you missed it, we are now twice a week. So we've got Sunday, which is our usual time slot, will be still filled, but we will also be having a Nebula Quest on Thursday. So this past Thursday, which was the 12th, maybe, or the 11th. I don't know. It was one of those. I think it was the 11th. Was our first episode on Thursdays. I think it went really well. I'm really excited to finally have this back up to, or not back up, to have it up to 2 times a week, period. And exciting things happened in our last episode. Well, I mean, not amazingly, fun and exciting. I mean, we didn't find anything in Space Car Bingo, but we did finally get out of that huge damn system that we've been exploring for just weeks and weeks. So we're finally out and about. We're exploring along the way. We're in one of the Hades stars here. We just took a look at a very purple brown dwarf as we move along and check out some of its little planetary babies that seem to be hanging out. There's also a very big star looking thing over there. Okay, so let's slow it down. Why are we not exploring this yet? I'm going to just use a dubstep scanner real quick. I would think that we should be seeing this now. How close do we have to be? There we go. Okay, I'll slow it down again. We did find one new object. I'm guessing that's probably a moon for this guy. Oh no, it's just another thing. That's okay. That's okay. So on the docket for today of conversations is all mostly personal stuff, and then if we have time, a galactic thing, another bit of sort of random Elite Dangerous stuff that I never really talk about, but maybe we will in the future, but we'll get to that if we get to that. Leave it all in suspense. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Noden. Well done. Way to go. Let's go this way. Let's take a look at this little baby rock first on the way by. So today will mark, if I want to, later today when I finally get there, 1 month of going to the gym 3 times a week. So I believe I talked about how I joined a gym a while back, and it's going really well actually. And so today will be 1 month. I'll have gone 3 times a week for 4 weeks, except for the first week, which I only went 2 because it started halfway through the week. But hey, still counting it as 4 weeks. We're looking. I'm trying to make the count work for the show. Okay, I know it's not perfect, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But it's going really well. I'm actually really happy with the results of it. I mean, I've gone to the gym before, and done workouts and things, but I've never really been on sort of a regimented routine before, where I've actually had some structure to what I should be doing. I mean, because I'm just a little guy, and I don't know much about weightlifting. I've never been really strong. I know I'm much weaker now than I am when I was in high school, when I did go to the gym all the time because we had to. And gym class, man, when we lifted weights in the gym class, and I was so strong. I was just so strong. But now I'm weak, just very weak. So it's like, all right, it's time to get back into shape. And I'm really happy with the progress I'm making. I'm becoming much stronger. I can feel the difference even just in my day-to-day stuff. Plus, I actually am seeing, the numbers on the weights go up too, which is actually really interesting. I'm a data geek a bit. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not really quite true. I just like data. I'm not really a geek for it, but I like. Why don't we see? We're at all back full, and we're still fucking flying. This thing does not bleed speed. I will say that about the Adder. Does not bleed speed. Should have put that in the brochure. Well, I don't even know what I was going to say. What was I talking about? Oh, but I'm seeing the difference in the weights. I'm a data geek, not really data geek, but I like data. All of this I've said, I'm just recapping. So I've got all of the weights for every exercise that I've done documented in a spreadsheet so that I can chart it at a later date, because that's what I do, because I'm silly. And I'm seeing like the weight progress like move up in the different exercises, and I am following, like I said, I'm following a routine. I went and I talked to a friend of mine who is a trainer. There's a lot of ice balls around this brown dwarf. Must have I suppose when the star expanded and then collapsed, it stripped away atmospheres and turned a lot of these things into big rock ice balls or something. I don't know. I'm making up stories now. But what was I gonna say? Very quickly. Ding 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 ding. Nothing new. Yeah, so I talked to a friend of mine who's a personal trainer, and he actually directed me to an idea, we'll say, of a workout routine and how to go about it. And he then pointed me to a website that he's pointed a few people to, and he just kind of follows, because it's a blog, I think, mostly. But the guy who writes it, or girl, I don't know. The person who writes it, there we go, will be equal opportunity. Does a really good job of putting together some really well written articles on exercise and exercise routines and what they should consist of, and supplements, and should you take them, how much should you take, and so on and so forth. But the guy or the person does a really good job of making sure that everything he says is either backed by his own experience or scientific research, or he says, this is what I think, but that's it. I don't have any information to back that up. It's just, this is what I think. Or more importantly, if there isn't an easy answer, he doesn't give an easy answer. He says, listen, it depends too much on your particular situation, blah, blah, blah. I keep saying he. I should really need to specify they, because it could very well be a female. The personal trainer I went to happened to be male, friend of mine, but I have more female friends who are like lift weight than I have male friends who lift weight. So strange world. It's a strange world I live in. But anyways, not a strange world, but different from many people's experiences. There we go. Wow, politically correct. What an episode. Episode 14, politically correct episode. Anyway, so the website, or the blog for the blog, is aworkoutroutine.com, I think. I'm pretty sure there's a question mark right at the end of it too. No, I'll put a link in the description below. Just because I really do, I find like the writing's really well done, pretty well. One of my jobs has been in the past, and occasionally still is I edit papers for people, and he writes fairly, or they write fairly well. I'm pretty surprised, impressed, and it makes me happy. It makes it a lot easier for me to digest the information when I can read it and not be sitting there going, face palm, and stuff like that, which is what I do when I read most things, because, there's no point in not being completely unabashedly elitist on stupid things. Just don't ignore that whole sentence. This looks like a little watery worldy, but it's not. It's another ice ball. And again, see that? All back full, just flying by. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's move on. I've got no destination set, so let us select our destination. So we will be heading in our usual direction towards the Horsehead Nebula. Anyway, so the routine, he basically says that if you're a noob to working out, they say that if you're a noob to working out, that you should, which means that you haven't done like consistent weight training for like 6 months, I think is what he said, that you should, there we go, yeah, I think so. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like trying to think and talk at the same time. That this is sort of the routine that he would suggest for any beginners, because you're going to, when you're starting off, you have the most to gain in both increasing your weight, increasing your increasing your strength, increasing your dexterity, increasing your form, and so you're best off kind of doing something that's a little bit higher. What's the word that they use is higher frequency and full body exercises. So you're not working on like, oh, I did my back. Yes, I worked on back today. Oh, I just did legs. You're doing like your full body. The exercises that you're doing are designed to work a variety of muscles a few times a week, kind of a thing. So I've got like a rolling 2-week schedule that I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying it. Actually, I'm having a good time. I'm happy. I'm feeling really good, feeling really like strong and healthy, and that's, I suppose, the important part, right? That's the part that you're going for. Is you're trying to feel healthy, and strong again. And I am, and it makes me happy. So yes, 1 month later today. And other minor milestones. So we had a month of exercising. Today or tomorrow? Tomorrow, I believe, will be a fortnight of not smoking. So again, kind of a long, still in the vein of personal progression. We're just making ourselves better people for ourselves. Yeah, so I'll have 2 weeks without smoking coming up tomorrow, and it's going really well. I'm really excited. I think the last Sunday episode of Nebula Quest, we were talking about how it was like I'd had my first days where I was at work for a full day without smoking, and that was trying. I actually haven't had to work this week. It's been my birthday, and I've had like 5 days off. It's fantastic. This is the last day off. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. But oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're a pretty little star. I'm gonna get you don't mind if I get a little fuel off you, do you? I'm also gonna run a dubstep scanner real quick while we do this. Nothing new to report. Getting a little bit closer. Just because we get a lot of fuel to pick up here, and I'm not doing a very good job of flying. I am just a bad flyer lately. I swear I was a better flyer before. Maybe we'll slow it down just a bit. There we go. 24, 70%. Whoa, this is a really hot, really like energetic star or something. Like we're fueling with decent temperature problems quite a ways away.
Warning. Taking heat damage.
Yep. All right, I'll back off. That's fine. 100%. When they 100, like I said, they revamped the heat thing. When it says 100%, it means 100% now. So that's good. I like that. All right, let's slow it down. We'll point back at the star, take a peek-see. I don't know if it can be discovered or not. I didn't see when we came into system whether it said this was a discoverable thing or not. Unexplored. But yeah, so it's going really well though. Regardless, I still have cravings, but they're really easily controllable. I haven't even been using the Nicorette gum since for a while. I think actually when I said I was going back to something I was saying when I was saying something before, was that it was my first day unassisted without smoking, I should say. I'd had the Nicorette gum for a few days at work last week, and then was progressively trying to get myself in control of my own cravings more than using the Nicorette to control them or help control them. But I was just using the Nicorette to control the worst of them. Yes, all of these things are true and make sense. So now I'm just doing it myself, and you still get cravings now and again, like, something will hit you and you're like, okay, oh right, I forgot that's it. We're doing this thing, and it kind of hits you that way, and you'll be like, oh, this would be a good time to just go for a smoke real quick, and you're like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. I forgot that's not part of my whole game plan for the day. So, 1 second. Fruit smoothie. Space smoothie. I drank smoothies before I started exercising and not smoking, so don't give me any now you're drinking smoothies and whatnot. What a fucking nerd. Ooh, again, so we got another little Brown dwarf with 3 ice balls. That's what I'm calling. Calling brown dwarf 3 ice balls. And we want to take a bet. I will bet you $1. All right. Yeah. So going very good. Very happy. I just thought, there may be people who are interested in knowing that it's going very well, and that if you're smoking and you want to quit, you can do it. It's very possible. It's not. It doesn't have to be as hard as people make it seem. It is still very difficult, and it doesn't get easier. It gets easier with time, but it doesn't get easier like waiting. So if you're if you want to quit, now's the time. If you're ready, if you're saying I want to do this, then that means that you're ready to do it. Set a date and do it. It's worth it, and you're worth it too. But yeah. It's like, I don't know. It seems I'm just feeling a little awkward because like this is a really like not personal per se, but it's like a pretty personal like group of topics, and I don't know, it's just strange to kind of be like, oh, like this is like really kind of important things that I should really be talking about, and I'm talking about them, but it still seems really awkward and hard to talk about. So I don't know. So let's talk about something that's really fun and exciting. I'm having a lot of fun doing, beyond exercising and not smoking. Well, not smoking is not fun. It's not. It's just there. It's not. It's not bad or good. Well, it's good, but it's not like. It doesn't make you. I don't know. It's not fun, but it's not. It's not fun. It's just there. Exercising is fun, except for when you don't want to go, which I haven't had a problem with it not wanting to go yet. I've been pretty pumped to go most days. So, we'll see how that pulls off later. Alright, so am I going to lose this bet here? So we've got a planetoid with a little moon. Let's take a look at the moon first, because I think it's a little closer. And, let's just snurfle the mic real quick. But yeah, so something that's fun and exciting and having fun doing is, I talked previously about Race a Day, which is a countdown that I'm doing on Twitter, counting down the days until MotoGP is live and in our lives again with the 2015 season. And the way that I'm counting that down is every day I'm watching a new race from the 2013 and 2014 series, every race in progression. So we've gone all the way through the 2013 season already. We're into the 2014 season. And today we'll be race 6, I think. And we'll be in Italy. We'll be in Misano, I think. I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But anyway, so every day I do that and I live tweet. See, and then it starts accelerating. As soon as you start getting within such and such a distance of a planet, it goes, oh, you want to go towards a planet? Whop! Have some gas. This just looks like an ice ball. I think I won the bet. Ice ball. And an ice ball, little moon. Lock. Okay. But, yeah, so I'm actually having a lot of fun with it, doing it, and so, and I'm live tweeting through the races, and, with facts, and what's going on in the race and whatnot, because a lot of people aren't going to have the ability to watch the races, as I do, because paying MotoGP.com is an expensive proposition, so it's something that, not everybody, is going to be comfortable spending money on, or could spend money on. But I'm at the moment in the position where I can and have the desire to so do, and with that I'm live tweeting this thing, and I've been getting a fairly good response for it. I'm gonna say we got a massive response, which it isn't a massive response. It is a big response compared to what I'm used to getting from Twitter. I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter. I don't get 70s, mid-70s somewhere, mid-70,000. No, I got 72 or 73 or 74 followers or something like that. But getting a fairly good response out of it from people who aren't following, are following. Some people who are following along day to day as we go through this, and it's really cool actually to have just that little bit of sort of kind of engagement with people, and that little bit of like, oh, I'm excited about this, and oh, they're kind of excited about this as well. And even though we're on like opposite ends of the world, well, not opposite ends, but we're distant from each other. And again, I'm gonna fly past this at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That was my fault, though. I just didn't slow down. It's gonna be another lice ball. Yeah, just having that kind of fun little, like, and seeing, people that are out there and they're engaged and excited with the things I'm doing and on there, which is something really silly, just like live tweeting races from years past, or at least, well, I mean, seasons past, anyways. Saying years past makes it sound like, well, back in '76, back when Kevin Schwantz was still racing, or whatever. Alright, I'll lock onto this next star. And we'll make that jump, and we're going to have to sleep rough again, it looks like. Goodness, so much camping out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frameshift charging. Frameshift charging. But yeah, so it's really fun, and do check it out. So if you happen to follow me already on Twitter on @noden'gin, I'm sorry if this isn't something that you were interested in, and that your feed gets pretty spammed out right around midnight to 2 a.m. Eastern time. If you are excited about it and are enjoying it, let me know, because it just makes it that much easier, because getting to the gym like 3 days a week, not that bad. I can deal with that. That's not too bad. It is much more of a chore than I was expecting it to be, to do the race a day thing, because it is an hour a day, and you gotta prepare yourself for that shit sometimes. And there were days where I'm like, I just want to watch, like it's like I don't even know if I want to watch a race. I just want to like go to bed. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do this because I said I was gonna do it, and now I want to. It's like I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, I can't do the thing I told I'm gonna do. I don't know. It's just it's funny. Like, I've got this like strange need to fulfill a obligation to I suppose myself as much as an audience, but a strange obligation. I feel a sense of obligation to get this done and to do it, and it's long, man. I mean, we're talking about like 26 races or something like that. Plus, I did another race. Like, it ends on the weekend when MotoGP starts up in Qatar. Actually, right now they've got their last testing, I think, is going on right now. I think it's going on. Does it start today or does it start tomorrow? I'm not sure. Do we want to try one more jump? Let's take a look at it first. What's this next thing look like? It's just another jump. It could be anything. I mean, I could keep talking, but I don't think there's any point. I think we'll just hang out here. Okay. But yeah, so I'll just stare back over here at this T-Tori star. Huh, guys? T-Tori. And, yeah. But yeah, so it's pretty fun. Check it out if you're interested in motorcycle racing. If not, sorry again for filling up your feed with spam. It'll be over in a couple of weeks. So, which I'm excited. I'm equal parts excited for and not excited for. I'm really excited to be done with having to live tweet this like every day. But at the same time, I'm gonna be sad when it stops, because it's already like it's part of my routine now, and once I don't have races to watch every day, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could watch other races every day, but why do I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyways, that's gonna have to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys next time. That'll be on Thursday. Oh, it's so fun having 2 days a week. I'm excited. I'm bouncing in my chair. But yeah, so I'm excited to see you guys next Thursday. And until then, ciao, I love you. Good night.